Welcome back, everyone, to the Brick Breakdown. I am Matt Brick, your host. Welcome to the show. Today is Wednesday, June 21st, 2023. Today, we're going to talk about some fantasy football quarterbacks and have another top 10 list. But first, let's get right into the news. Yesterday, Tyreek Hill, it was announced that he's being investigated on allegations of assault and battery. The employee at the marina he was at has declined to press charges at this time. Um, so just a rough situation for Tyreek Hill right now. I mean, not in a predicament where you want to be right now. The Steelers signed veteran linebacker Nick Kwiatkowski and released Anthony Miller. The Rams signed Sony Michel. He's still in the league. The Jets fear that safety Chuck Clark has tore his ACL, and he is currently undergoing tests to confirm. And Alec Ogletree has announced he's retiring after 9 seasons. He spent time with the Rams, Giants, Jets, and Bears. Not a lot of news, so we're going to go right into what we're going to be talking about today, which is fantasy football quarterbacks. These are some quarterbacks that I'm comfortable drafting in fantasy this year, so let's get right into it. There's not necessarily order to this or a ranking. It's just these are guys that I like. So first off, Joe Burrow. I mean, he's obviously a top guy. That's probably not going to be drafted really high. I drafted him in like the start of the 6th round in a best ball draft recently, which I think is great value for him. Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, those 3 guys are going to be drafted in like the top 3 rounds, maybe the 4th, maybe, but I think Joe Burrow in like the 5th or 6th round is a great value. So I'm high on him. I think he's going to have a great year this year. Obviously draft Joe Burrow. Jalen Hurts, you're going to want to draft Hurts. I mean, if you are willing to, take him in like the 3rd round, that's probably where he's going right now. I mean, if you want a guy like Mahomes, Allen, or Hurts, you're going to have to take him early. That's the only caveat there. I just think that at this point, I put it this way. Last year, I drafted Josh Allen. I think in the 3rd, which was a steal. I thought that was a great value for him. I was fine with taking him in the 3rd because my 2 picks before that were Derrick Henry and Saquon Barkley in the league. So I was like, I'll take Josh Allen in the 3rd. I think in a situation like that, it's totally fine to go quarterback, especially when you're getting Josh Allen or Patrick Mahomes or Jalen Hurts. But there's other players out there. There's better value out there when you're getting a Joe Burrow in round 5 or round 6, and you're getting other guys like, I don't know. Let's say I could have gotten like DK Metcalf in the 3rd instead of Josh Allen, but I don't know. All right. Who else? Justin Herbert. Yeah. He'll go a little later. He'll probably go in like the 6th or 7th round, which that's fine by me. Justin Herbert's an excellent player. Don't sleep on Justin Herbert. He still has Keenan Allen. He still has Mike Williams. I know they're getting older and injuries and all that. Totally understandable. They also just drafted Quentin Johnston from TCU. I'm all in on Justin Herbert. If I can grab him as my starting quarterback in a redraft, I'll do it. Absolutely. Trevor Lawrence. This one's, I feel like everyone is kind of just hype on. Maybe not. I don't know. But I feel like the hype on Trevor Lawrence is real. I think people are rooting for him. When he was getting drafted, the hype was real when he was getting drafted. Everyone was calling him John Elway, and he's going to be a Hall of Famer, blah, blah, blah. And then, he had a little bit of a rough rookie year. Last year, he did better, for sure. He progressed. They made it to the playoffs. This year, I think he's gonna turn some heads. He's gonna show some flashes, and I think he's gonna progress again and be a great quarterback. So draft Trevor Lawrence. He'll be going in a sweet round, probably like 5, maybe 6. He's probably close to like that Justin Herbert tier in his ADP as of right now. Tua Tagovailoa. I'm a big advocate for Tua this year. I think people are scared. I think people are crying. I think people are terrified to take Tua simply because of his injuries last year and his concussions, which, again, totally understandable. But I am not scared. I think he's going to be fine. I think he's going to be healthy. I hope he's healthy throughout this season, and I think he's going to dominate. I think he's going to show that, yes, I am a franchise quarterback in this league, and I'm here to stay. And I think he's just going to show up and shock everyone. That's just how I feel. So I'm trying to take Tua as my backup quarterback because he's going a little bit later. He's probably going maybe 7th, 8th round. I don't know where I took him in the best ball league, best ball draft not too long ago, and it was late. So, actually, I might have it written down. Let's see. I don't know if I wrote it down or not. I know I wrote it down. I don't know if it's in this. Nope. Yep, did not write it down in this notebook. Okay. Kirk Cousins. I mean, Kirk Cousins is the guy to get you through your league, through week by week. He's a week by week guy, in my opinion. He'll get you to the playoffs, It's just like Kirk Cousins is the Kirk Cousins of fantasy football. Put it this way. Kirk Cousins, take away fantasy football for 2 seconds. Kirk Cousins is not ever, in my opinion, on the Vikings going to go and win a Super Bowl. Not happening. Don't know if he's going to even make it to a Super Bowl. That's just, he'll get you to the playoffs, not a problem. That's easy. That's what he does. He'll love that for you. Oh, you want to go to the playoffs? Sign me up. That's Kirk Cousins. Just like in fantasy football, Kirk Cousins will get you to the playoffs. Not a problem. Not an issue. He'll get you there. He's not advancing you anywhere else. He might win a game for you in the playoffs. Maybe. But I highly doubt he gets you to a championship or winning a championship. You need to have another quarterback if you're going to draft Kirk Cousins. I think Cousins is more of a backup quarterback. I think he's a great backup quarterback because if you have a Tua and a Cousins or a Trevor Lawrence and a Cousins, you can do some damage. You can go and win a championship for sure, in my opinion. That's just how I feel. Aaron Rodgers, this is another good backup quarterback candidate. I mean, the stars have aligned for Aaron Rodgers this season. He's now with the Jets. He has Alan Lazard. He has Randall Cobb and Nathaniel Hackett back. I'm sure he has other guys I'm not thinking of back with him in Green Bay. And this Jets team is just going to be fun to watch. Their defense is going to be better. This offense is going to be better. They're probably going to make the playoffs. So, yeah. And put it this way, Aaron Rodgers didn't have his best season last year. I think he only does better. Like, there's no way he does worse than last year. So, only way is up for Aaron Rodgers. Geno Smith. Geno Smith is totally a wild card. I wouldn't say a wild card because last year he was really a wild card, but he's a dark horse in fantasy football this year. I would 1,000% draft him. I would draft him as a starter. I think I would. I would draft him as a starting quarterback for fantasy because I'm a believer in Geno Smith. I think he showed up last year, proved everyone wrong, and I'm willing to bet that he does it again this year because he did so well last year, and I still don't think he's getting enough credit for it. He got paid, so it's very exciting to see Geno thrive. So I hope to see the best of him next year, next season. Okay, Jimmy Garoppolo. I think that's another solid backup quarterback. He's very similar to Kirk Cousins in my opinion. He'll get you the playoffs. Don't know if he'll get you a championship. Especially, I mean, now he's on the Raiders, and there's talk about like his like injury and will he play or not. I guess we'll have to see about that still before we actually click draft on Jimmy Garoppolo, but. If he's healthy and good to go, then yeah, I'd draft him as a backup quarterback if I had to. I mean, I think I'd look at more like a Rodgers or Kirk Cousins, but we'll see. Russell Wilson. Now, this is similar to what I just said about Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, I mean, Russell Wilson had his worst year last year, career wise. And I think the only way is up. Like, I don't think he does worse. There's just no way he does worse than last year. The only way is up. He has Sean Payton now. They drafted Marvin Mims. They have Cortland Sutton. They still have Jerry Jeudy. They have Greg Dulcich. I guess we'll see with Russell Wilson. I think he'll have a better year than last year. Don't sleep on Russell Wilson. Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford's a great quarterback. Still is. He still has Cooper Kupp. He's going to be healthy this year. Hopefully he stays healthy. Same with Cooper Kupp. And if that happens, that's a great pick. Probably you can wait on Matthew Stafford forever in a draft and take him real late as a backup. He's a great backup candidate. Deshaun Watson, I think that's another backup guy because I just don't know about him right now. I get that he didn't play all of last year. He didn't have the camp. He didn't have the the whole offseason training with the team and all that. This year he does, so he will probably do better than last year, which is good. However, I kind of want to see him do it with this Browns team for me to be like 100% all in on Deshaun Watson. Derek Carr, another great backup candidate. He is now with the Saints, and the only thing with the Saints, in my opinion, is their coach. Don't really trust. I don't even remember his name because he's not that great. Well, I don't know. I think Derek Carr will be really good with Chris Olave in that offense. Michael Thomas, not even worth discussing. Trying to think who else is on the team. Juwan Johnson. I think Derek Carr will do well with Chris Olave. That's my only thing on him. I'd probably want like Stafford more than Carr because he has Cooper Kupp, or like I don't know, Kirk Cousins probably. Kirk Cousins is like the OG backup quarterback. Okay. Who else? Oh, last but not least, I have Mac Jones on here. I would only take Mac Jones if there's just a lot of guys not there that I don't want, and Mac Jones. Listen, I know that I have Mac Jones. I don't know. Let me rephrase that. I have the Patriots winning like 3 games this year, which is not great. But after looking at some stats, I think that Mac Jones can still be a decent quarterback. So I would draft him if certain guys aren't there. I would put some investment into Mac Jones. All right. Now for the top 10 list today. Top 10 forgotten quarterbacks. These aren't just forgotten; they're underrated guys that we haven't heard of in a while. And yeah, why not? Let's just go through it. Number 10, Carson Palmer. I'll never forget Carson Palmer. He had a great career. I'll never forget when he was on the Cardinals and they were just an unbelievable team that one year. They went to the playoffs. I don't know if they went far or what, but it was a shame that they lost because Bruce Arians was their head coach. But Carson Palmer, he did what he had to do. He did a great job. Number 9, Matt Castle. I mean, I think we all know why Matt Castle was forgotten. Wasn't the best quarterback. Number 8, AJ McCarron. Again, I think he was just on the XFL team, so that's why he was forgotten. Not great. Number 7, Jay Cutler. I mean, Jay Cutler had some moments for sure. He was on the Broncos and the Bears, but man, he had some bad moments as well. So do not forget Jay Cutler. Thank you for all you've done. Number 6, Scott Tolzien, who, to my understanding, is on the Dallas Cowboys right now, which I didn't even know. But he was on the Packers. He was a backup quarterback. I think it was like the 3rd string backup quarterback for the Packers. And I'll never forget that because I think he played against my Eagles one game and he was actually doing good. And I was like, oh, the Eagles are going to lose. And of course, the Eagles won that game, but they didn't make it easy. Number 5, Johnny Manziel. I mean, who will ever forget Johnny Manziel? Money Manziel. He was supposed to be the next coming, and did not work out for Johnny Manziel. What a shame. I'll never forget when that happened. That was the year the movie Draft Day came out. And if you've ever seen Draft Day, spoiler alert, what is his name? Bo Callahan. Bo Callahan is kind of like Johnny Manziel, and I remember seeing that movie before that draft and was like, this is weird. Like, this guy's kind of like Johnny Manziel. He's kind of like a hot shot, thinks he's all that. And then what happened? Bo Callahan dropped in the draft, and now he still got drafted in the first round. Johnny Manziel waited forever. It was the whole thing, man. I'll never forget that. That's so funny that happened and that movie made. It's just so weird. Number 4, Christian Hackenberg. He was horrible. He was not good. Yeah, I think we all know why Christian Hackenberg is forgotten. Matt Hasselbeck. Matt Hasselbeck was decent on the Seahawks. Just thought I'd throw him in there because I think he deserved it. But don't forget about Matt Hasselbeck. He was not the worst quarterback. He was pretty solid. Number 2, Christian Ponder. He was the backup quarterback for Brett Favre on the Vikings, I believe. I don't know. I hear some of these names and I laugh because it's like, wow, I haven't heard that name forever. But yeah, Christian Ponder, backup quarterback. If you haven't heard his name, there you go. Number 1, Matt Schaub. He was the starting quarterback for the Texans for a while, and it was awesome because Matt Schaub was actually decent. He had some bad games, but he also had some like wow games, which was pretty cool. I'll never forget him and Arian Foster, Andre Johnson. Yeah, pretty cool to see. That's all I have for today. I know it was a short podcast today, but not a lot of news is going on, so it is what it is. We'll end it with the quote of the day. Today's quote of the day is, I love Mickey Mouse more than any woman I have ever known, Walt Disney. If you want to follow the podcast, follow it at Bryk Breakdown, at BRYK Breakdown on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, on there for everyone to see. Like, comment, subscribe, follow. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you all for watching and have a great day.